Hey, Kamala. So I was just watching the debate, and I know that a few months ago you said something like, say it to my face. Say it to my face. Like you were a sixth grader, and like you were like taunting a bully on the playground, because, well, that's what you do. So guess what? I made some notes, and I'm going to say it to your face. So let's start off. I'm going to try to make this quick. Okay, so I noticed that you said that Dick Cheney and all these other people that didn't support Donald Trump, and that all of his people that worked with him said that he was a poor excuse for a leader and blah, blah, blah. The reason that they don't support him and they support you is the reason that I'm voting for him. Okay, next, fracking. Let's be honest. We know where you stand on fracking. We know. You know. Stop. We know. Okay, I also noticed that you didn't answer the question of would you support an abortion in the ninth month of pregnancy? I wonder why it is that you didn't answer that. Maybe is it because you would support it? Who knows? I also noticed that you were not very good at controlling your temper. Like you kept just getting just and like like you were doing. I have to say that what I'm looking for in a world leader to make decisions about our sons and daughters in our military, well, first off, Afghanistan speaks for that, so you know where I stand on that. But secondly, just the whole way you carry yourself. Yeah, I don't want you meeting with world leaders on my half or on my family's behalf. So, I also want to bring up the immigration bill that you guys decide to start 6 months before the election that Donald Trump shot down. Here's my question to that. Why didn't y'all do anything about that 3.5 years before? Oh, and also I noticed that Trump asked you, you could just go down to the White House and get Biden out of bed and y'all could sign. Y'all don't need a bill, but y'all could sign to close the border now. Will that be happening anytime this week? I wonder. Anyway, okay, also, I couldn't help but notice on Trump's behalf that I felt like he was fighting the moderators. Every time something came up that he was trying to actually tell the truth about or say anything about, the moderators always had the same response. Moving forward. Let's move on. Moving forward. Okay, let me see here. Oh, the Afghanistan withdrawal. I didn't even want you speaking on this. I didn't want you speaking on it because the whole time you spoke on it, it made me sick to my stomach. Because you still support Joe Biden in his decision to pull out of Afghanistan. You still support that, even with 13 daughters and sons of ours being dead, 170 other people being killed. You still support that. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. But I noticed that you said that the reason that you guys did it is because you didn't want the American people having to pay for that $300 million bill anymore. But you were okay with leaving behind $85 billion for us to continue to pay on in equipment. Okay, that made sense. I definitely want to touch on this. I'm going to say this now. 3 names. Laken Riley, Rachel Marin, Jocelyn Nungaray. Tell me more about how your illegal immigrants are not going to commit crimes, and they don't commit crimes. Okay, moving on to rally attendance. I noticed that you said that Trump's people just left in the middle of his thing because he would drown on and on and on. Calling bullshit. Calling bullshit. I do know this. He hasn't had to pay anybody. I also know he didn't have to put on any concerts. So there's that. I also could not help but notice, where's your black accent tonight? Where did that go? I bet you know what? You might have been busy washing collard greens in the bathtub. My bad. Okay, I also want to bring up the fact, I didn't know this. This is very surprising. I bet a lot of other Americans were surprised by this. I didn't know that on J6 there were 140 police officers injured, and some of them died. Who are they? Where are they? Who's their families? What's the story? I don't recall any of us hearing about that. But okay. I also know that you said that the oil production is fine. The United States is perfectly fine on oil production. My question about that is, I have a hard time believing that when your boss and you sold off all of our oil reserves and sent them to foreign countries to where we have nothing sitting in our oil reserves now. Okay, I also want to touch on this, how you were talking about how President Xi and Trump are so close. I wonder if they're as close as when Xi and the Chinese government sent 10 tons of diamonds back with Hunter. And, well, we don't know where those diamonds went now. Okay, and then my last question, finally, is this. I'm going to ask it again. Are you going to close that border? Or are you not? Anyway, I have a lot more to say. I will say this, though. I also noticed you said something about Trump. You need to take the accountability and responsibility of this is an active role. Bitch, I have not seen you for 3 years. You have been our vice president, and I have not seen you for 3 years. So, I mean, there's that. When it comes down to it, I hope that every smart American out there does their research. And I hope that they can see straight through your bullshit. Because whoever you had speaking in your ear, they did an amazing job. I'm not going to say they didn't. Oh, by the way, I wanted to commend you on the Obama hands you kept using. Yeah, I felt like maybe you were coached by some certain people. Probably the same people running our government. And that brings me to my last thing. Trump. I'm with you. Who the fuck is our president right now? Like, really? Who the fuck is our president? Way to take accountability and responsibility, Kamala. Trump 2024, bitches. Mwah. God bless the United States of America. It's going to be a wild ride. Buckle up, bitches.